Hi guys, it's me. So today I'm just kind of popping on today. I wanted to do a project, so I hope that a few people will join me. We'll see how it goes. But today we are going to be finding a really cool way to recycle our old die cuts. This is a technique that I learned from my friend Ina. She did it from this beautiful canvas that she created. And I did my version, which is a little different. And it's just a really fun technique. She gave me these die cuts that her friend uses. Sorry, the advertisement's going. I forgot to silence myself. But I think we got it. There we go. Alrighty, I think we're on cue now. Okay, guys. So these are just some die cuts that her friend actually gives her, and she gave me a little baggie of them. And they're just a bunch of really cool shapes. I picked out all kind of the scallop ones and the ones that have flowers. And they're cut out from like a cereal box or something. They're a little bit thicker than like cardstock, just a little bit, not very much, but a little bit. You could probably cut them out of cardstock and you'd be great. Okay, and this is just a really fun technique. It uses modeling paste. That's what you see at the bottom, and then the die cuts, and then just layers of paint and shadowing and that kind of stuff. So it's really fun. It's a really cool technique. This one I did with coral, and I got the inspiration because Deco Arts has their metallic lusters, and they have it in a coral color, which is beautiful. And then I had some coral paint too. So that's what I use. And you guys will actually see a video about how I created this one in fast motion though. So I thought I would do it live. And I showed my mom this canvas, and I've been making all these small canvases for her because she wants something to hang in her house in the living room. And she really fell in love with this technique. Hello, hi guys. Hi Josie, hi Rosalind, hello. And Serena back. Oh yes, hello Beck. Sorry. Hopefully, I know I'm saying your name wrong, but hello. It's great to have you. So this is what we're going to be doing today, but we're going to do it in a bigger scale. This is an 11 by 16 canvas. She bought this one for me to use. So that's what we're going to use. So I will go through all the products we're going to use first. So I'm going to use my Deco Arts metallic lusters, and I'm going to use Cosmo Blue, and then I'm going to use brass. And then I also have some Deco Arts Media Fluid Acrylics, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of these or some of them. I might even add some white, but we'll kind of see how it goes. But I'm going to use those. And then I always have my gold paint around, which there's not that much left. I think it's like down to there. I've been using a lot of this stuff. And I'm hoping that we can get this done in like an hour and 20 minutes, but it might be a little longer than that. And then I also have a Deco Arts stenciling brush. This is really great for blending, so that's what I'm going to use it for. And then I have a satin varnish, and I have gesso, and hopefully I have modeling paste somewhere. Oh, I forgot the modeling paste. I got 2 gessos instead of modeling paste. Hold on one second. Let me get some modeling paste. There we go. So here's the modeling paste. All right. And then I have a couple palette knives too. So, and I just like to put my die cuts in this little container. It just makes them easier to work with. And you can see I had my candy fix. So I've been working on some videos and ate some candy. But I love candy. I'm a candy holic. So yeah, you guys know that about me, hopefully. So what are you ladies working on today? So I'm just going to open this canvas. I'm being careful with the knife so I don't cut myself, but very good. But it's a really fun, and it's a great technique. So super excited. And I've been trying to make something that she will like. So I'm super excited to be able to to make something in the style that she wants. I made this really cool one with gold leafing, and I thought she's going to love that. And she wasn't really crazy about it. She was really nice, but I could tell that she wasn't into it. So since this is a larger canvas, I'm going to keep moving it up and down. Okay. Very cool. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the modeling paste first. This is a nice new bottle. And we're going to apply that first. And I try not to put too much on my brush, but I always do. But the name of this stencil is a Deco Arts one, and it's called Pixelated, and I really love the pattern of it. It just has these nice little, like, kind of like little circle shapes, but they're a little different. It's really cool. And as you can see, I haven't cleaned it a lot. It's dirty. Oh yes. But we're just going to add a little bit here, and I'm just keeping in mind, and I think like when you're doing a canvas or a project, sometimes it's even nice to do a little sketch, and I do that a lot. Like I have a sketchbook, and I'll kind of have an idea in my head, and I'll just get kind of where I want things to go and where I can put things in placements. So for this one, I am going to make my modeling paste kind of go down to here as the pattern, and then I'm going to do the same thing kind of on the bottom, and then the middle part will have the die cuts in it. Okay, just so we know. Hello. Hello. Okay, and I'm going to add the modeling paste. So I have my brush loaded up, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit more here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to just scrape it through. Okay, and I'm holding my stencil pretty tight. And I will have to do some drawing, I'm sure, some drying, I'm sure, because this is such a big piece. So we're going to just go ahead and, so I'm just scraping that modeling paste. And I was a little intimidated at first to use modeling paste, but it's a really great and fun medium. You know, and if you don't like how you stencil it on, the great part is you can just scrape it up and put it back in the jar and try it again. So that's the part that I love. But I really love this stencil. It adds just really cool texture. But I think that, you know, die cuts are kind of underutilized in mixed media, so a lot of people don't use them or don't know how to use them. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. Hello, Diana. Hello, guys. I'm so happy that you came. It's great to see you. We're working on a canvas for my mom. This is going to be for her living room. So, yeah, I think I'll use it this way. I was thinking about turning it around the other way, but I think we're going to do it this way. But actually, it should be okay. I was going to dry this part off first because that's what I had to do on the smaller canvas. But this, I'm trying to think here. Like this needs more of the circles. So how many? Well, maybe I'll let that dry first. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to scrape whatever I have on there first. Okay, and we're just going to do it again. So I loaded my palette knife. And I'm just going to scrape it down. So I hope you guys are having a good day. It snowed here in Colorado a couple days ago, so we still have a little bit of snow, but not that much. Is it snowing where you guys live? I like the snow. I just don't like the ice. But it's so pretty. Like, I'm spoiled because I live in Colorado, so yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like a pain to work with, but it's so pretty. It's just beautiful. Okay, so that's the way that looks. Now I'm going to flip this around, and I do want to do more here because as you see, it's pretty blank. But we're going to see. Oh, cool, Rhonda, your son lives in Colorado. That is so cool. Well, hopefully you'll get to visit him, and you'll have to tell me, and we can meet up somewhere. It'll be fun. Okay, so we'll take this and stick it down. Colorado's so pretty. I love it. Okay, take it there too. But there's lots of pretty places in the world. And I'm just doing the same thing on this side. And I thought this was going to be a pain to work with because it was going to be so large, but this is actually really easy, you know, because I had to dry off like half of the canvas first, and it just kind of took forever. It wasn't a mess, but yeah. But it's always good to do things on a smaller scale, and then you can see how it works on a bigger one. That's good. So see, I'm trying to leave it so that there's kind of a middle space. So yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job, guys. Do it this way. And when you're done with your modeling, pasting your stencil, just make sure that you wipe it off, because it will get hard and it can ruin your stencil. So that is one thing that I do. I don't really worry about the paint, but the modeling paste I do make sure that I wipe it off. Oops. And I'm going to make my hands so they go over. This poor top, I tell you what, I am always getting stuck on it. But it's my painting top, and then I have paint bands too that I use. I have an apron that I need to use too, but I want to alter it. You guys will see that in the video. It'll be fun. And I don't think I got any there, so let's kind of just scrape that down like so. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this off. So, oh, hi, Diane. So, oh, yes. In Texas. Oh, cool. Texas is fun. I'm going there for my cousin's graduation in May. I forget what part he lives in, though. I think Galveston, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so we're super excited. We bought our flight. So me and my mom and my nephew are going, which is going to be fun. And he's so excited. He loves his cousin, so it will be fun. It'll be very, very good. Alrighty, so I'm going to grab my blow dryer and talks amongst yourself. I'm going to dry this off really quick, and then we'll continue on. But I am going to see if there's any parts that I need to scrape off a little bit. Like this part I'm not loving the most here. Okay, but before I do that, I'm actually going to take this off. I almost forgot to clean off that stencil. Not good. Okay, and I have my spray bottle here somewhere. Me and my nephew. He likes to mess with my spray bottles. He sprays me with them all the time, so I always have a hard time finding them. So I hid one from him. So I was like, where is it at? And I am going to get more modeling paste on this in a second. So it doesn't have to be perfect right now, but just so that I get most of it off. And then I'll have to clean it again. Very good. As you can see, it comes right off. And I just give it a spray, and then turn it over on the back too. Just like that. Awesome. But time goes by so fast. You know, my cousin, it seems like he was a little guy for so long, and now he's graduating from high school. It's amazing. It's good. There we go. Okay, I'm going to dry this off. Oh, cool, Diana. I will definitely go visit. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Oh, I would love to watch the dolphins. That would be wonderful. Really cool. That's so cool, Mary. So what are you crocheting? I love crocheting. I'm not very good at it, but I still try. Very fun, though. It's a fun project. Okay. So that's good for now. I just want it so that if I kind of bump into it, it doesn't like completely fall apart. So that I just dried it off a little bit because we still have a lot of drying time because of the die cuts. So that's all that I was thinking about here. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that you guys can see that center piece, which I think you can. It's funny, I never look straight to myself in the thing. Let me see if I can straighten it out here.
Hi guys, it's me.
Sorry guys. Let's see here. Let's go here. That should be me live. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, I think we got it. We're just going to silence this part. And sorry, technical difficulties there. But I think I figured it out. Okay. It just doesn't look straight to me because I have a different screen than you guys do, but it's working great. Okay, it doesn't look so crooked as it does to me. So now I have my die cuts, and they're just a bunch of different shapes. So they're really random, but that's what kind of gives the piece character. So that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to stick those down with just some Deco page glue. Nothing too fancy. You could use matte medium or gel medium, and that would work great too. Yeah, and this one's almost down to the bottom, see? So I thought, well, I should probably use that up. So we'll use that one. Perfect. And that's cool, Diana, that you want to move. Or no, Wanda, I'm sorry, that your daughter lives in Dallas. That's really pretty. I heard Dallas was pretty too. That's cool. And this brush is a little hard, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, and I'm just going to put down kind of the bigger ones first, but I'm just going to build it up. And actually, that's a little too hard for me. Let me get one that's a little softer. And some of these I need to, these are my glue brushes, so they get pretty nasty sometimes. So just take them and stick it down there. Very good. And I'm just going to add the die cuts. So I kind of like to add the big ones first, but we're going to layer them a little bit too. So, but this is such a fun technique. And I thought this would be really cool to do on like an ATC because you'd have that beautiful texture with the modeling paste. And so I have to try that too. If you try it before me, please let me know how it turns out though. Very cool. It's so fun, and it just creates the most beautiful texture. People kind of don't know what it is. What is that? So it's fun. Very cool. And if you wanted to, you could further embellish it. I know that when Ina did hers, she like put a butterfly and lace and all of this beautiful stuff on top of it. So you could definitely add more to it. I kept mine simple just because that's the way I liked it. And my stencil is different too. I think she used like a square type stenciling. So they're a little different, but it's good to watch her technique too. And I'll link that below after this has processed a little bit. I didn't have time to link it before, so yes. So it can be a little tedious, but it's not bad. It's kind of relaxing though. You just kind of stick them on here. And it just gives the most beautiful texture. And let me show you guys who joined us a little later. This is what we're making. So it's really pretty. And these are die cuts in the center. And then there's modeling paste, which you saw me add a little bit of. So it's fun. And I love that coral color. It's just so pretty. So that one's going in my craft room. I love it. But I'm running out of space on my wall. So yeah. But it's a good problem to have. You should be surrounded by the art that you made and that you love, right? I think so, at least. Wow. Hi, Jadana. That is my beautiful cousin who is in Texas also. She's so cute. But she watches my videos a lot, too. She's very supportive. She's an artist too. She loves to do arts and crafts, which I think is always a great present to give to younger kids. was trying to think. I got tons of like those little kits when I was little, and I loved them. Like you could do so much with them, like origami, and then I tried beading and all sorts of stuff. So it's fun, and it keeps you kind of out of trouble, I think, when you have creative things to do with your hands, you know, so it's fun. And then I took a colored pencil class, and I made the most beautiful sunset, and I gave it to a friend for Christmas. And then I did a pear, which was really pretty too, and we had a wonderful teacher. Her name was Miss Stewart, and she taught all of us crazy kids how to do colored pencil art. But we were pretty quiet. I mean, once you got into it, it was really interesting and intriguing. So, but she let us pick out what we wanted to make. So that was fun. And I don't know why I stopped doing that, but it was so fun. It was such a fun class. So it was really, really fun. We're gonna do, and I'm just kind of randomly picking things out that I think will go very well, and I'm just gonna kind of press that down a little bit. Some of them, sometimes you have to press them down, so I will have glue on my hands as usual. And I'm gonna stick that down because that one does not want to stay down. It's a little bit thick. Here we go. What kind of crafts did you guys do when you were small? And some paint in the art class. Oh, yes. I am making, hey Donna, this piece here, which is really pretty. I'm making it for Aunt Cheryl for her living room. So she requested that I make it. So this is for her. Here we go. There we go. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat too, but I'm trying to do both at the same time. So yes, I will get to your questions or your comments. But sometimes I find like this kind of work very relaxing. Like, I think that's why I really like jewelry making, is because you can just kind of sit down and you don't really have to think. You just, you know, create, which is fun too. So we're just going to keep adding things on top. And I really don't want, I guess you could have a few gaps, but not too many. That's kind of the one thing that you want to watch out for with this technique. But I'm just adding more and more, and I want to be able to see the patterns of some of the flowers too. So you don't want to just cover it up where, you know, you can't even tell that it's flowers. That's probably the only one thing about this technique that you need to watch out for. Just going to keep adding, but I'm always looking for new and fun ways to use my die cut. So I hope you guys enjoy this and that you give it a try. Hopefully I'm in camera there. You know, you could make this band as big as you wanted. I'm making mine fairly narrow because I just want it to be a pop of interest, but you could do it however you like. But it's great. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been able to film, you know, lots of videos for you guys. And some of them are techniques that I wanted to try, you know, that I've seen other YouTubers do or something like that. And I put my own spin on it. So that's always fun when you have a little time to do that too. It helps a lot. So I'm happy to be able to do this technique for you guys live. So it's fun. Very cool. So it sounds like there's lots of fun, crafty things happening. Oh, I wonder if any of you guys are at the convention. What is that? Oh, yes. He is supposed to, J. Donna, he's supposed to do a video with me soon. So hopefully he will. Oh, cool, Diana. So you're in, sewed and crocheted and made homemade ornaments. That is so cool. I know, that's how I was, Diana. Like, I wish that I would have taken advantage of, stuff, because my grandmother, she crocheted too. And I thought that was really cool. And I wish I would have like picked her brain and learned. I just wanted to go outside and play, but now I wish I would have learned. And sewing, oh my gosh, my mom tried to get me to sew so much, and I would, no, I don't want to sew, and now I wish that I had taken her up on that. So I'm telling you, all the things that you wish that you knew now. Wow. It's like, wow, yeah, all those fun things that you missed out on. I know, now we have to learn ourselves. But it's good. Very good. Just kind of stick that down. And then we go ahead and put down the bigger ones now. Those are the ones that are a little scalloped. Awesome. Alrighty. So it's been a mellow month for me, which is nice. All the other months seem like they've been crazy, especially Christmas time. So I'm glad that things have slowed down a little bit, but they're going to pick right back up. One of my friends, she's getting married, so I'm helping her with her wedding planning. So we found a venue, which is fun, and it's going to be cool. It'll be really fun. I think we're going to make the centerpieces, so we'll have to think of an idea, which will be fun for her centerpieces. So it's going to get busy again, but I love being busy, so it's fine. But it's been kind of good to rest a little. And then I have another one of my classes in January, the Altered Trash to Treasure. And that's at Colorado Free University. And then I have one at this wonderful shop called Caboose. Caboose. Or no, Caboodle. It's Caboodle. That's the name of it. And yeah, so that'll be fun. But she is this wonderful lady that owns this little shop in Colorado, in Denver. And it's really a fun little place. And she actually helps, she does, all of the homemade gifts are made by local artists in Colorado. And she sells them in her little shop. And it's on consignment. But she has this little place, which sits like only about 4 people, but it's really adorable, where you can teach classes. So I'm super excited to be doing that. And that'll be in February. So, so it's good. And then we're trying to get into more places to teach too. So that'll be fun. But I think once the weather gets a little better, that will help. There is the most beautiful, like, I love the shape of this one. This is my favorite one. And of course I've run out of those, but I want to see if I can find a few of them. That's like my favorite shape. I love the shape of that flower. Let's see. Do I have my little bag? Okay, I'm going to do a sneak peek and see if I can find a few. This is the bag full of die cuts that Dina gave me to use. She has a whole box of them. She has a ton. Her friend, which is really cool, she just makes them like with all her scraps. She'll just make all of these little dies and she'll cut them and then she gives them out to her friends, which is wonderful. You guys know though, but sometimes she has one of those hand cranked machines, I think. So it does take a lot of work. I don't think I have any more of that pattern, but that's okay. Ooh, I found one. Yeah, we have to put one over there. Don't you think? I think so. We're going to put it down. But there's hearts. There's all sorts of fun shapes in here. So yeah, but I think that was my last one of that shape. So we'll stick it right over here. Perfect. And you just need to press things down. I've been not pressing. I have to remember to do that. Press, press, press. Because they are a little thicker. And that's how you add the texture. So you just want to kind of press things down a little bit. Like that could probably be pressed down a little bit more, but that looks good. And make sure everything is nice and sealed together. And my modeling paste is pretty much dry, which is great. And yeah, I can't decide. Well, I think maybe I should add it in a couple more places. We'll see how I feel once we get this part on, if I want to add a little bit more. And then we get to do the fun part. We get to brush it with gesso and then do some fun blending, which is always good. Alrighty. And I'm gonna like stop here for a second and I just want to lift it up. And it's kind of good. Like I do that a lot when I'm working, is just lift things up and see how you like them, how they look from far away. So I can tell you right now that I need some more flowers over here on this edge. And I think that I want to come down a little bit more here. And I think I'm going to expand out a little bit more down here too. Yeah, we'll add some more random ones. Okay. And that's why it's kind of good, like if you can do things in a couple of days or sessions too. You just see your work better. And you know kind of what it needs. Like whenever I'm stuck, I'll just like step back, and then sure enough, I'll be inspired again and I'll come back to it, and I can make it how I want. But sometimes you just need to meditate a little bit and see where things go or what you need to do. So it's always good to just take a second sometimes and see what it needs. So that's there. And I'm trying to do kind of thin layers because I don't want to take it forever to dry, but I probably added a little too much there. Alrighty. Stick that there. It's so funny because I got quotes from my friend who's planning her wedding, and Denver, you know, Colorado is not the cheapest state in the world. Like the cost of living is super expensive here, but you can get like a reasonable wedding in Denver, or, you know, in the suburbs of Denver. Well, she's getting married in Colorado Springs, and it is crazy how expensive it is up there. It's kind of like a little mountain town, and my mom was telling me, well, they probably do it like that because, you know, the people that live in Denver, they kind of want a mountain getaway, you know, for their wedding, so they can charge a little bit more. But it was like really crazy expensive, but we found a place that wasn't too bad. But I mean, you can hardly get any place for under $5,000. So, oh my gosh. So it's very expensive. And they even had like, because I was looking up like affordable places to get married in Colorado Springs, and they had this like one place, it was like, and I was like, $3,000 like to use your facilities. Yeah. Because you can get, you know, a nice little place down here. Like I did a lot of stuff for my church, a lot of planning and stuff for events, for ordinations, for the seminarians and that kind of things. And I love to plan parties and that kind of stuff. But, you know, so I did a lot of research, you know, and we could plan a really nice party, you know, at a place for, you know, a couple $1,000. But there it's like, that's just how much it costs is to rent without food or drink or anything. So it was a little shocking. So it's definitely more expensive to get married in the mountains, I think, in Colorado than in Denver. Yeah, so it's fun. But we found a place. But I just found that so surprising. And she's totally right. Mom said that. She said it's not that far away from Denver. You know, it's a nice little town. So, of course, it's expensive. They're on to the Colorado brides, or the people that want to have destination weddings here. Yeah, that they can charge them a little bit more. So kind of sticking up a little bit more, but that's okay. I just want to make sure that it's done. There we go. Let's have one more here. And we're close, guys, to this part. You know, it's a little tedious. Hi, Joy. Oh, yeah. Diana, it will be really pretty. It really will be. And it'll be worth it. It totally will be. And she's in the Air Force, so she deserves a beautiful wedding. You know, she gives her life for this country. So, yeah, to keep us safe. So, I hope she has the most wonderful, wonderful wedding and a wonderful marriage. So, yeah. There we go. So I'm just going to stick that down. There we go. Alrighty, guys. So I think that's good. I'm going to lift it up again one more time. I'm lifting it up too so you can see with me. Okay, I think that's good. So we are going to let that dry really quick, and I'm going to see if there's any other place that I want to put some modeling paste. Sorry, I have a little bit of stuff on there. Okay, let's see. Trying to think. In the other place for the modeling paste. I could make a little song. I'm thinking this part up here, it needs, and maybe this corner too. Like I hardly got anything over there, huh? So let's maybe do one here. This way I can dry it all at the same time. Just want to make sure that I'm getting the right place there. Just like that. Okay, I love that. Okay, and then let's do this corner here. And last time I had to do the corners separately too. It's just like the modeling paste does not want to go in the corners. So, yeah, so it took a few times, but I got it. Perfect. Okay, and I think maybe some here in this little blank spot there. I need to get an easel. Yes, that will make my life a little easier for these bigger projects that I'm working on. So, yeah. Note to self. Yes. I have to find a cheap one. I wonder if Michael's has good prices. I'll have to see. Have to price it out. Okay. That's actually good, I think. I think we're good. Very pretty, actually. And I'm going to, again, just give this a quick wipe down. We're going to dry it off, and then we'll get to the other part. Very cool. Awesome. Yes, I am, Donna. Hello. I didn't even say hello to you. I'm sorry. Yes, I am. I'm using small die cuts, and I glue them down to the canvas, and then I use modeling paste, and I will give you a sample of what we're going to do here. So this is what it looks like. So these are the die cuts in the middle, and they're flowers, and then this is the modeling paste. So yeah, blendy and pretty. Hi, Joyce. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to dry this off. Okay, guys. And sorry for the noise. You might want to mute me just for a second. And we're going to dry this off, and then we will move on to the next step. Donna. I'm so glad that you like it. Okay, guys, so I think we're dry enough to go move on to our next step. This, well, maybe not. This modeling paste up here is not that dry yet. Okay, so Donna, I saw that you were live. What were you working on today on Facebook? Which I need to start doing that a lot more. I need to order a tripod. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, but I need to so I can do it from my phone. I guess you could do it like if you had an iPad or something like that, but I don't have one of those. So, but that's really cool. It looks like fun. I saw some of your past ones. They look like a lot of fun. Very cool. So now this is somewhat dry or dry enough for us to work with. So I'm just rinsing off my brush here. And I'm going to grab my baby wipe. Just going to wipe off a little bit of that glue that's kind of stuck on there. And I'm going to add some gesso. And this is my Deco gesso. Has really nice coverage, so that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to begin right in the center here. And you kind of want it to be thin, if that makes sense. You don't want it so that all the gesso is caked on. And you might have to brush it or do a couple of layers. I think I had to do 2. So just kind of keep that in mind. But just go over it, and we're even going to brush over the modeling paste too. Just like, so you want to get rid of most of the color. But as you can see, you see that some of the dyes are popping out a little bit. So you can see the shape of those pretty flowers that are die cut. Just like that. Donna sent me beautiful paper earrings, so I hope that she makes a video on that soon. I don't know, maybe have one. Sorry, I haven't been watching a lot of videos this week, but yes. But they're so pretty. I want to learn how to make them. It's great. And just so you guys know, just kind of cool, and I'm hoping to get a promo done tomorrow, we are having a dollar store art challenge. So it's really fun. There's so far, I think there's about 15 people that are YouTubers that are taking part in it, which is going to be so much fun. And we had a $15 price limit, and you really use everything from the dollar store. I mean, you could use like kind of basic art supplies like gesso and paints and maybe your stencils and your stamps, but everything else needed to be from the dollar store. So there are some beautiful projects, so I hope you guys really enjoy it. And it was open to everyone, no matter what kind of art they did. So it's going to be super fun. So that is happening on Monday. So make sure you stay tuned and watch out for that, which is going to be so fun. And there are some wonderful projects. Okay, so I brushed it about once. And this dries so quick that I just kind of will brush over it again. And I just want to make sure that I'm not losing that texture. You know, I don't want to have such a huge amount of gesso that you can't see the flowers. So I'm kind of using my fingers too. Okay, so we're going to let that just sit for a second, but I am going to go over it again. And I'm going to go ahead and just gesso my whole canvas. And this is a pre-gesso canvas. Just because I'm using modeling paste and because it's kind of a textural piece, I did not add gesso on the bottom. And because that's why I'm adding it now too, is because I love adding gesso. I just think that I like the results better when I add gesso to my canvas. So even if they're pre-gessoed, I usually gesso them before I use them anyway. So but they're pre-gessoed, so they're primed, they're ready to go. So you don't have to do that step. It's just a personal preference thing. Yeah, that's fine. Very cool. So have you guys been watching anything good on TV? I mostly stream Netflix, just because I can use my computer and I can stream and work at the same time. But I might be close to being out of watching everything that I want on Netflix. So I'm asking you that for recommendations. I've watched a lot of stuff. But I just finished... what did I watch yesterday? I'm trying to think. It was really good too. Why can't I remember? Oh, I forgot. It was a British show. Darn. What was the name of it? Oh, I forgot. But it was really good. It was a detective show. Oh, it was called Paranoid. And that was really good. I enjoyed that. It's really interesting. But I love, mysteries and that kind of stuff. So, so that's right up my alley. And Agatha Christie, I have watched everything that she's ever made. I even watched the French. I guess she wrote one about a French detective, and I was watching some of that today, actually, with the subtitles. But then I got sick of reading subtitles. So I stopped watching that. And you have to pay attention when you're looking at foreign films because you need to follow the subtitles so you know the story. So yes, but I watched all of Puro, so a few times. So yeah. And Miss Marple or Maple, Miss Marple, I think. Yes, I watched all of her. So I'm running out of stuff to watch on Netflix. So. And I watched Alice in a Looking Glass in a series of unfortunate events. That was really good too. That was a really good show. I like that one. I think that's going to be a really good one. Those poor kids, though, they went through so much. Poor things. Very good. Okay, so that's the way it looks so far, and it does have texture, which I love. Hi, Joyce. Oh, Criminal Minds is good too. It's gotten better. At first it scared me like the first couple of seasons, so I wouldn't watch it, but yeah, but I'm getting into it, Donna. Oh, cool, Joyce. I'm glad you like mystery movies too. I love mysteries. They're so fun. And I can usually figure out who the killer is, But I love that part. Especially like with Agatha Christie, like that's what I love about her, because that one of them is the killer. So it's really fun to try to figure out who it is. Yeah, I love that. It's like there's all these suspects and you have to figure out who it is. So it's fun. And I'm just using gesso just to brush on top. This part seems a little tedious, but it's good. I don't mind. But I'm so glad that you guys are able to hang out with me for a little while. This is awesome. I love doing these live shows. Even when I forget and grab 2 bottles of gesso instead of 1. Silly me. Oh, and someone requested that I do a cigar box. So I got one, which is great, from the cigar store. I had to pay $2 for that puppy. But it's good. It's a really nice one. So it was funny. A lot of them will just give you the box, but it was really funny. I said, "Can I have a cigar box?" She looked at me like I was totally nuts, but he asked her how much it was. She said, "That'll be $2." I said, "Well, I think I can do that." So that'll be fun. I have an idea for it too, so it'll be good. So we'll do an altered cigar box on one of these live shows. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do next week too, or start doing every Thursday. I really enjoy it. And this seems to be a good time. It seems like more people are available, so we'll do it at this time. Very good. Wow, my hands hurt from putting all this gesso to this big old canvas. Wow, there we go. But it's done. And I love it because the gesso will give it additional texture too, so it's great. Now I'm just going to go over, sorry, let me bring you so you can see, over the flowers again. And that should be perfect. I mean, they basically need, and this is kind of a thicker gesso, which I love. So you don't need so much to have really good coverage. So it's a fun technique. So I got a sewing machine, guys. So I need to figure out, I need to set it up so I can see if it works. One of my mom's friends gave it to me because she's had it for years and she doesn't use it anymore, which is wonderful. So she said if there was any repairs that need to be done to let her know. So I need to set it up so I can make sure it's working properly. Yeah, so I'm super excited to be use it in projects. I've always wanted to incorporate sewing into my art, so that's going to be so fun. And I think it's one of those things that I'm going to totally get addicted to when I start doing it, so it's good. Although I did try to sew when I was in elementary school. They had us take like a home economics class, so we learned how to cook, which I was really good at, but the sewing part, not so much. Very cool. It was bad. Oh, cool. Awesome, Joyce. That is so cool that you get them for free. That's great. And they're so cool. I love cigar boxes. Like, I just love the way they look. And I love boxes that hold things in. I have a ton of boxes, so it's great. So I'm going to dry this off again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to silence you just for a second. Or you can silence yourself. Sorry, I don't have control or operation of all the settings on my webcam right now. So I'm going to dry this off. Silence me for a second, and I'll be right back. Hi, Diana. Great to see you. That's my friend Diana. Alrighty, guys, so that looks nice and dry. I think we're good enough to go. Looks like it's pretty cool. Very cool. Yes, Donna, I like Hallmark Mystery too. Like I love Mystery Woman, and then oh yeah, and the one with Allison Sweeney, the where she's the baker, that one's really good too. And Garage Sale Mystery, that one's fun. Those are fun too. I like the Hallmark Channel. It's very inspirational. It makes me happy to watch it. And I love Wind Calls the Heart. That's great. Hello, Diana. I'm so glad that you can join us. Very cool. Yes, and Christine, yeah, just take your time. Yeah, and just do small things. When I first got into mixed media, that's what I did. I just did small little projects, and yeah, and don't be too hard on yourself, and definitely don't compare yourself to other people. Just enjoy the process. I think that's a huge part of it. And that's kind of why I really love the trash to treasure thing that we're doing, because it's not that intimidating, you know, it's just something that you pick up from the thrift store that you can use, you know, that you don't really care what happens to it. And yeah, just throw some gesso on there and paint it and start just creating something that you love. So I hope that helps. Oh, yes, Anna, you're watching me from work. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you are. Alrighty. Okay, guys, so now we're going to do the fun part. We're going to add our paints. So let's see. So I'm just kind of going to see. I pulled out like 3 different color blues. So I definitely want to use the Cosmo Blue, and I'm leaning towards this blue, or do I want teal? I love teal. Teal is so pretty, but I think I'm going to try this blue. And we'll see, because it's all going to get covered up with this, but it'll just have a really pretty blue undertone to it. Okay. And I'm just going to show you guys how I apply this very, very easily. So this is their fluid acrylics, and I'm just going to do dots just right in the center. You don't need very much. They're really highly pigmented. And then I'm just going to take my stenciling brush, and I'm going to go in and just go around. And I'm starting out with a little color at first, and then I'll add more as I go if I think it needs it. And I might add some teal in it. I think it needs some teal. I'm changing my mind. Let's see. So we're going to take that and put it in there. But wow, I love using dyes, so it's so fun. So I'm definitely going to be making more of these canvases with die cuts because it's so fun. You make beautiful abstract art. So this was a really great idea. There we go. And we're going to add just a little bit, and this is cobalt teal. Just want to add a little bit. And this is just a stenciling brush, but I really like the way that it blends things, so that's how we're using it. And I'm going to leave some where there's just blue, and then I'm going to add it in some places, so we get a really nice mix of the blue and the teal. Very good. Yeah, I actually love this blue and the teal together. So we're going to use both of those colors. Those are the colors. Very pretty. Awesome. Very cool. Ready? And let's add a little bit more. There we go. And I'm just doing little dots of color. And I do have my spray bottle too if I want to kind of get the color moving a little bit, but I'm trying not to add that much water. Oh. But if you want to, you can use a little bit just to move it a little bit. Very pretty. And to blend it out. And I just love that really pretty blendy look. besides me. Yes, that's true, Elemental. Yes, Elemental Designs. That's very true. Yeah, because it can be intimidating, but yeah, when you're first starting out with mixed media. So I recommend that you just alter something at first and then you kind of get the process down and yeah, and watch other people do it and then just try it. That's the main thing is you can do a lot of watching, but you have to create too at the same time. Yeah. And mixed media is great because it doesn't have to be very expensive to try. You know, you just need a few basic things. Oh my goodness. And look at that. I got paint on my brush. Oh, crazy girl. There you go. Let's blend that quickly before it dries. Very cool. Awesome. And I'm starting out with light layers first, and then I'll add, more as I go. But we'll do. And I'm going to gradually get a little darker. So on the edges, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just going to add 2 dots of the turquoise. Okay. I'm just going to kind of blend it out. Sorry, that's my water that's making that nice funny sound, I think. Yeah. The sound. Or no, it might be the bucket that I'm altering. Like, what is the funny sound? There we go. Very cool. And I'm just loving the blue of this so far. The blues and the different tones of blues. So. And it's great when you're doing colors to kind of stick in the same color family. You'll always love the results. You really will. It's kind of a trick, but it works very, very well. Okay, and let's add just a touch of our turquoise. There we go. And hopefully you guys can see everything, I hope. It is a wonderful community, Elemental Designs. It really is. I love YouTube. It's so fun, and I've met such wonderful people. So it's wonderful. It really is a great community, and it's very supportive, as you said. So, and it is a community, so that's fun. Very good. Awesome. Okay. Now I am, if you see here, which I kind of love, is that I'm getting a little bit of these white spots, and that's where I put the gesso on a little heavier. So I kind of love that. It has a really subtle, beautiful look to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just use straight blue up here, and then I'm going to blend it down. I'm going to pull you up so you can see a little bit. And I'm going to move a little more quickly here just because it's starting to get a little bit dark. The sun is starting to go down, and I can see already it's affecting how you guys are seeing this. It's a little bit yellow. So I might have to turn on my light. And then it gives kind of this funny hue. So that is so pretty. But we're pretty close to being done. This was a longer project, but I wanted to share this technique with you guys. And I did do kind of a fast forwarded version or sped up version, but I wanted you to see it live. So it's fun. I think it's funner live. You can really see it and you can ask questions. It's really fun. Very good. Ooh, I love this. I think my mom's going to like this a lot. Very cool. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead pretty. Okay. And I love those like splotches of paint. That is so cool. Very cool. And now I'm just going to rub on a little bit of the teal because I want some teal highlights. And I am going to use my fingers. And that's kind of where you want to make sure that that it's a little bit drier. That the modeling paste is really good and dry. Very cool. Okay, so let's do this other end. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do the straight blue because I want it a little bit darker up here. Awesome. Just like that. Very, very cool. Awesome. So I'm so excited for the dollar store challenge. You guys are going to love it. There's so many wonderful projects. And I hope that you guys will try your own dollar store challenge where you kind of go there and just have a budget. We did $15 and I think that's good. You can get lots of good stuff for that price. Yeah, and then a bunch of us artists just created projects and there will be a giveaway too. So it's going to be fun. It'll be lots of fun. So I'm super excited for you guys to see the project that I made. I'm so tempted to give you a sneak peek, but I better not. But it's really cool. It took me a long time to make this new thing. Oh my gosh, it was crazy, but it turned out really cool. I'm really happy with the results. And as I said, I'm just rubbing on a little bit of the teal in the spots where I think it needs it. And we'll do the same thing with that dark blue. It just adds some highlights. Makes the teal pop out a little bit more. Let's add a little bit of blue. I'm just using my fingers. I love to use my fingers. Very cool. They're probably my favorite tool to use ever. My fingers. Okay. Alrighty. Plus, I think it's a part of the creative process, at least for me, is that I like to touch my work. Not just with a brush, but with my fingers too. Feels like a part of me is going into it. So, yeah. And you can do this in whatever colors you want. Like this would look great in purples or in pinks, or you could do the coral like I showed you. Like there's just so much that you could do with this technique. So I really love that and how it's turning out. I do think that we need a little bit of more blue there. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it on like that because I don't want it so blended. Let's put a little bit here too. I want places where it's a little bit darker and not so blendy. There we go. Just like that. And then we're going, the last thing we're going to add is, or maybe not the last thing, the Cosmo blue. Very cool. And I'm just going to lift it up so I can see, because you get a different angle when you lift things up. So there's, I need a little bit here, a little bit of paint there. Clean that out. And if you want to dispense more color with the stencil brush, then you just press harder, okay? And that gives you a little bit more coverage. Alrighty. Okay, so that looks really pretty. I'm super happy with the results. Oh, bye-bye, Donna. Oh, yes, I hope that you have a wonderful live show. I'm sure it'll be great. And thank you so much for joining me. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. I love the blue too. It's great. Okay, and this is their Deco Arts metallic lustres, and I love this, especially this color. It's so pretty. I love all their colors. And again, I'm just going to take my stencil brush, and I'm going to brush some of this on. Now, you could just leave it here, and it just gives it a really pretty metallic finish. Now, you could just leave it, you know, like it was before I added the metallic, and that'd be pretty too. I just love metallics though, so I usually add metallic in. It's just so pretty to me. Such a pretty addition, I think, to any painting. It's a little bit of metallic, or a lot in my case. I'm just going to blend it out. And these are great. You can use them wet or dry. Like I probably could have brushed the whole canvas with this too, but and now I need to decide if I'm going to add the brass color. See, I went a little too heavy here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get rid of a little bit of that. I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. I want to be able to see that texture. Alrighty, let's add a little bit of the metallic and some spots up in here too. And I'm being quite random. I'm just basically putting it where I want. And in some places I'm using a little bit heavier than in others. But this way you get that beautiful metallic shadow throughout the piece. Okay. And actually, I kind of like it just blue. It kind of looks like the ocean, doesn't it? It's really pretty. But I love gold. I don't know. I can't decide. But it's so pretty with all the shades of blue, isn't it? I don't know if it needs the gold. But I love gold, but I really don't think that it needs it. I think it's really pretty as is. There's a little bit of a white spot that's bugging me just a little bit, but I don't think I want to add the metallic. I think that I want to add some more teal. So we're going to kind of put that there. Very pretty. And that's the great thing about these paints, is that you can layer them on as you like. And we're going to add a little bit of our blue too, because it just gives it a different tone of blue. So you guys know what? I think that I am going to let my mom see this, and then I might add gold. But I don't really want to add the gold because I love it the way it is. So probably it's not going to get gold. I think it's going to stay this one. Actually, what I'll do, so that it does have some gold, is I will actually add some to the sides of my canvas. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another brush here, and I'll show you guys how beautiful this is wet. And then if she wants gold, I can add it, but I love it the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and take some in my lid, and I'm going to let you guys go in a second. The sun is about to go down a little bit. Right, just going to add that in there. And you can see it's getting that funny kind of look. Let's see. Is that better? I don't know. The lighting in here is like really beautiful, and I hardly need any light during the day, but at night it's really finicky and funny. So I'm just going to paint my canvas. So I'm going to show it to you so you can see. I'm going to paint the edges here. And I should have got like a finer brush. Let's see here. I don't like that one. You have to find the perfect brush, right? That's half the fun. Let's see. I'll use this one. Okay. And it's a weird kind of tint tilt, but we're going to do it this way. And this way I do get some of the pretty gold, but oops. And there will be a little gold around the edges, which will be pretty. Look at my fingers. Oh my gosh. But it's so funny. Everyone's used to it. They're like, have you been painting today, Shami? Yeah, just a little bit. It's funny. So I'm going to go ahead and just brush this. Oh, and this is my first big canvas that I've done, or big to me. So I usually do smaller ones or 8x10. So thank you guys for being a part of this experience with me. So fun. And I think she's going to just love it the way it is. I don't think that she's going to want the gold. So works out really good. And I always like to paint the edges of my canvas. And I am going to wait to seal this, but I will show you what I'm going to seal it with, just in case she wants the gold, but I don't think she will. But her favorite color is blue, so I think that she is going to love this. And you just get like the hint of gold on the edges, so that's really pretty. I like it. And I'm just using the metallic lustre to go ahead around the edges there. And just seal it a little bit. Ina, which is really cool, she puts lace around hers, which is really pretty. And I think what a gorgeous way to finish your canvases, to put lace around the edges. So that's fun. So that's something to keep in mind too. But it's nice if they're really deep. You can do a lot of things with them. They're nice deep canvases. And I'm just using this metallic luster with a little bit of water just to activate it. And if these harden up on you, like one did, like my gold did for some reason, I think I accidentally left the lid off, like sometimes I tend to do. Crazy girl. So I just sprayed it with a little bit of water and just kind of mushed it up a little bit, and it's fine. It works great. But these are great. You can also run the lusters through your stencils too, and they look really pretty. And I discovered that quite by accident. We were having like a craft time at Joanna's with a couple of my crafty friends in Colorado, and a lady had Inca Gold and ink of was it Inca Gold? I think it was Inca Gold. And she did hers. She ran it right through her stencils. And I said, I didn't know that you could do that. She said, yeah, you can do it with any kind of luster kind of rub thing that you have. And I was like, wow. So I've been doing it ever since. Okay, this part I think that I'm going to have to do off camera because I really can't see at the angle that I'm in. But I am going to show you. It's pretty much done. I will let her decide if she wants a little bit of gold, but I think she's going to love it the way it is. And I'm going to go ahead and use my baby wipe. Do you guys reuse your baby wipes? Oh, hi, Crafty Joy. Yes. Sorry you have to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know it was a long one. It was so great to have you. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I use to brush it. So I am going to brush it with my Deco satin varnish. So I have jars all over the place here. This one. So that's what I will use to brush it down. And it's not too matte and it's not too glossy. It's perfect. So I really love this product too. So that's it, guys. I'm going to let her decide if she wants me to do the gold. But I think that she's going to love all the beautiful blues. So I don't think that'll be an issue. Okay. And thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And it was so fun hanging out with you guys. And I'm so glad that you love it. I love hanging out with you guys. I could be on here for hours. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Bye, Helen. Oh, hello, Helen. Happy face to you, too. It's so great to see you. How wonderful. That is so great. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you off. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss too much of the chat. Sorry, this was a really kind of comprehensive project that I did. But I really appreciate you guys being here. Sylvia and Josie and the people that didn't talk. Oh, and Sunny Day, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. It was so much fun. I had a great time hanging out with you guys and talking and everything else. It was so great. Okay, guys, so I'll see you later. Have a great evening. Hopefully you like the project. And I'm going to say bye to you on the computer with my hands. Bye-bye. And I will have a video for you guys tomorrow, okay? And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.